In schools and classrooms everywhere, a common policy is to prohibit cell phones. In some classes, they should simply be unseen. In others, they must be handed in and ensured that they are completely out of reach. Not only have studies found that this increases student anxiety and lowers their perceived safety, it also means that students are losing access to a powerful device that can be leveraged for education. As many teachers and administrators know, the devices are pervasive among students, and cell phone ownership is happening at an increasingly young age. In a study of young students, 65% had cell phones by the age of 11 and believed their peers should all likely have them before high school. Cell phones are incredibly powerful for their size, and with onboard technology allowing photography, accelerometry, and the connection of accessories, they're capable of being integrated into more science activities than even many traditional computers. One physics teacher ran a laboratory where students were able to explore light polarization using their phones. With applications like Google's Science Journal and Field Day's Sifter, filled with ready-made activities, and researchers evaluating the use of cell phone cameras for chemical spectrometry, the potential for smart devices as a gateway to laboratory engagement only grows. Teachers, guardians, and others are often concerned about the distraction of allowing phones in the classroom. But appropriate integration can lead to limited incidents of distraction and actually increase student performance. In a 2013 study, when students were encouraged to use phones to find information, clarify terms, or check resources, they reported increased class enjoyment, increased perceived learning, and a lower incidence of absence. A 2019 study where students used phones for in-class polls observed no increase in off-topic use compared to traditional classrooms where students had phone access but were not encouraged to use them. In a 2014 study, comparing a class with traditional textbook access against a class that accessed documents and reading via their personal smart devices, showed that students using their devices scored higher and significantly reduced the course material costs. Students also reported that they did not feel more distracted and actually felt that their teacher trusted them. A paper by S.H. Lim notes that in secondary level classrooms, tech distraction can be curbed with clear expectations, honestly telling students that you're trusting them to make good choices, and otherwise providing course content that captures, engages, and drives collaboration. Whenever the use of technology is discussed, it is also important to ensure that equity is addressed. Households with incomes less than $30,000 per year were reported as the least likely to have access to internet-capable devices at home. This is important to be aware of, but it doesn't mean that integration is not possible. A 2016 study found that high-poverty districts were more likely to have a high percentage of internet-capable devices on campus than low-poverty schools. And even among Latinx youth from lower-income areas, they are still very likely to have been utilizing smart devices to access entertainment content from a very young age. It turns out that households are more likely to have access to a smartphone than a computer. And with the leveraging of on-campus resources and planning, issues of equity can be addressed for effective technology integration. In fact, this integration can actually be important for increasing equity in your classroom. Smart devices like cell phones give accessibility tools for students who may need extra support. This can include your special education and English language learning students. Smart devices allow for tools that translate or adjust the visual nature of a resource. Students can find definitions, and you can tailor materials and articles to different students based on their needs. Students can also utilize functions such as speech-to-text and text-to-speech, depending on their needs and comfort with reading, writing, and communication. So the next time you're looking at your options for integrating technology, increasing accessibility, and building a culture of trust and collaboration, consider the powerful computing device that all too often is overlooked as a simple distraction: the ever-present cell phone.